Discord, and then fix that. Start YouTube. Paste the link. Join us on Discord. Paste. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, audio is good. We're good to go. Everything is very nice. Let me give you the link. Here's the link.
Okay.
All right, we're good to go. So, you think black holes are real?
Yeah, absolutely. They do exist. Yeah.
Okay. Um. So, what do you?
Can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, your audio is good. Yeah. So let's say.
Okay.
So let's say. I'm right. Let's say there's only me. I'm next to a black hole. There's nothing else in the universe.
Yes.
It's completely dark. Just me and the
You
black.
next to a black hole.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
next to a black hole. I can see, I cannot see it because it's completely dark. But
Sure.
I throw I throw stuff away from myself in all directions, and I see that some of it.
I do believe that you do see the outer part of a black hole. However, I don't know because there's a lot of monochromatic light which surrounds the circumference of a black hole, no?
I mean, the black hole itself doesn't emit any light, or almost. I mean,
No, no,
really.
like I'm talking about the circumference, the things surrounding the black hole.
Um, as far as I know, a black hole is as black as anything can be black. It's black, black, black. So you cannot see anything. So you cannot know
I like that color black.
what.
I like the color black. I
Well,
like
Mm.
black holes,
that's
and
good.
I like black women.
Yeah, me too. Black women are beautiful. Well, some of them. Anyway,
But they got purple holes.
hmm yeah, they're delicious and nutritious. But so let's say it's me. I'm next to a black hole. Theoretically, I wouldn't know that I'm next to a black hole, and even if I'd be falling into the black hole, I wouldn't know. There's really almost no way. I don't think there's any way I could know that I'm falling into a black hole, and I couldn't know if I am inside a black hole. It wouldn't be any different than being outside of a black hole. If it's only me and I'm next to a
Um,
black hole,
Not really.
okay.
If
But your
you
friend
were
tell you? Could they say, "I see you black? You're falling into a black hole." By the way,
what?
Yeah, yeah. He's saying if it's me and a friend, and the friend is further from the black hole, so the friend would see me
Hmm.
falling into the black hole. So I would say that no,
Yeah.
no.
Why not?
Because if it's only me, let's say I'm in the center, to my left is a black hole, and to my right is my friend, and I'm falling into the black hole. All that my friend is going to see
Yeah.
is that I'm accelerating away from him, her, them. Let's say it's a guy. So all that he's going to see is that I'm suddenly, for no reason, I'm starting to accelerate away from him faster and 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 faster. So he could deduce that maybe he's falling into. He wouldn't know if he's falling into a black hole or if I'm falling. He
or
or what? Or we're
if he
both.
meditates about, if he's a look, I was pulled into my boss's office once, and I think he's a Buddhist. He has a Buddhist statue, and I think he was trying to test me. He said, you're traveling through these universes, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to keep you." And I thought, what? Maybe he's talking about these black holes.
No, no, no. There's nothing to do
No.
with that. We're talking about basic physics. We're talking about the
Wait,
laws, the
so
act.
Mr. Slade,
Yes.
Oh, okay. You're talking
You,
about like a
you,
hypothetical. I thought
Yeah.
you meant like
you,
this is like a daily thing happening.
No, no.
so you believe in black holes.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we can assume that if there is like a very high, very massive object, if there's a very massive object to my left, but it's completely dark. Let's say it's a black hole or a neutron. A neutron star would emit light, I think. But a very old
Yes, it would.
neutron star, yeah, it would always emit some light, some radiation, magnetic. But a black hole emits no radiation. It's impossible to detect a black hole just by. I don't think that it would radiate anything. Not even.
I think
What
you
about like a
can.
gravity, like
No,
a
no, but
gravity
you can.
detector? You know?
We'll get
You
to.
can. You can detect things like you can detect a black hole because when a matter falls into uh, a black hole from an acceleration disk around the event horizon, the
Mm.
material you'll see the material disappear.
There's gravity waves that we detect with those accelerators. Those accelerators that they use to crash atoms with, like at the Argonne Laboratory and other
Yeah.
places.
Yeah, I
They're
mean,
able to detect gravity wavelengths because of some data from one accelerator across the globe and then the other one, and then they put the data together. They can see how fast the gravity wave is traveling.
yeah. eh, it's a laser gravity wave detector, not a particle accelerator, but
Oh, okay,
a black hole
my
by
mistake.
yeah, a black hole by itself doesn't emit anything. It doesn't emit gravitational waves. Like two black holes rotating fast around each other, they emit very powerful gravitational waves. But we're talking about, let's say there's me in the middle, to my left is a black hole, and to my right is my friend. And there's no universe, there's no stars, there's no light.
Oh, I got it. It's kind of like being on a mattress that you can't detect someone else getting on the mattress, right? Because they design it. It's like designed that way, right? So that there's like a sinking hole on one side of the mattress doesn't mean the other side of the mattress can detect the vibration or whatever.
No. I wouldn't compare it to that. No. What I'm saying is, if there's me in the middle, there is an empty universe. Let's take out everything from the universe. No stars, no galaxies, no light. There's only me in the middle, my friend is to my right, and a black hole to my left. But the black hole is not
Okay.
emitting any radiation. So there's really no way I could know that there's a black hole to my left. And now,
Okay.
let's say I start accelerating, I start falling into the black hole to my left. So my friend to my right, he sees me accelerating faster and faster and faster away from him. But I'm also looking
Oh,
at my friend to my right, and I see the same thing. I see me accelerating faster and faster away from him, or I don't know, maybe he's accelerating faster and faster away from me. I don't know who's moving. I don't feel that I'm being accelerated. He doesn't feel that he's being.
Oh,
So we don't.
I get it now.
We're both free falling,
Yeah.
so we don't know.
It looks like you're going. It looks like you're going straight away, but you're not. You're kind of going in some kind of spiral.
No. I'm falling in a straight line towards the center of the black hole, but I don't see the black hole. So all that my friend is going to see, and all that I see my friend, we look at each other, and all we see is that we're just accelerating away from each other faster and faster. And I ask him, "Do you feel like something is pulling you?" And he says no. And he asks me, and I say, "No, I don't feel anything." So because we're both free falling, he's free falling, and there's no force on him. I'm free falling, and I'm falling into a black hole. But there's no way neither me or my friend can tell what's going on, who is falling into the black hole, or
Okay.
we
What happens next? What is there
You
something
know,
else that happens next?
no.
You just disappear from each
I,
other, or
I just want to clarify, and this will go on forever. There's no way either of us is ever going to know what's going on. We're just both forever going to be
wow,
accelerating. What?
kind of sound like that one guy, Christopher Walking.
What do you mean?
nah, you'll be absorbed within the black hole and you'll probably be dead.
No, no. There's no
Yeah,
reason.
because you,
There's no,
when an
No,
object,
there's
hold
no
on,
reason I wouldn't be there. Yeah.
there's no
hold on.
what?
When an object goes near a black hole, let's say I'm observing you from the outside of the black hole. Whilst you're entering a black hole, there will be some time dilation effect. So for me, it will look like you're slowly going into the black hole, whereas for you, it'll be a quick process where you're being spaghettified, and you'll enter this black hole, and you'll probably, I don't know, like no one knows what it feels like to enter a black hole. However, yeah, you will enter the black hole, and I would just assume that you're dead, and yeah, you're within it because nothing can escape it.
But we keep communicating. There's no reason why anything should ever change. I mean, as I'm,
How are we communicating?
what's the problem? Why would we not communicate?
Because I'm outside the black hole and you're inside.
Well, we don't know who's inside and who's outside, and there's no way we could ever tell. Um,
Yeah, if you're absorb if the black hole absorbs you, how will I be able to communicate with
what do you mean absorbs?
you? Hmm?
What do you mean absorbs? What do you mean the black hole absorbs? What does that mean?
When it sucks you in,
I mean,
when
a
it
black.
takes you in.
What do you wait? One second. A black hole is like a planet, right? If let's imagine there is, and there, again from the beginning, I'm in the center, you're to my right, and to our left is a planet, Earth, and we're floating.
Yeah.
We're floating, but I'm closer to Earth. Let's say you far away from Earth. You're millions and millions of kilometers from me. You're like the distance of Pluto, or the distance of Alpha Centauri. So you're really, really far. So you can barely see me.
Are are you assuming I'm at a high enough distance to where I'm not absorbed by the black hole, but
For,
you are?
forget about the black hole. Let's just put planet Earth. Let's say there's planet
Okay.
Earth, and now we put
Okay.
me approximately at the distance of the moon. I am at the distance, so that's about a million miles or something. 300,000.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I get
Let's
the
say it's
point.
about
I
a.
get the
Is it a million? A million
I
miles.
get the point. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so let's say it's a million kilometers. So I see
Hmm.
Earth as the it's like the size of a little marble, but but I don't see Earth. Let's say I don't see Earth, and neither do you. But you're really far. Let's say you're where Pluto is. I'm where the moon is. So I start falling
Yes.
towards Earth. And you also start falling towards Earth. So there's only you, me, and Earth in the universe. So in the
Yes.
beginning, I start falling towards Earth, and you are much less attracted to Earth. But it's completely dark, and we don't have any devices, any sensors to see Earth. So it's everything is completely dark. All that we have is we can measure the distance from each other, and all that we see is that I am now accelerating away from you. but maybe you're accelerating away from me. We cannot tell who's accelerating because, let's say I have an accelerometer, which is just I'm holding a spring on a weight, or I don't feel that I'm
Well,
being accelerated, and neither do you. You don't feel it.
wait, are you assuming we're both orbiting the Earth
No,
at this stage, or
no orbit, no orbit. We were
okay?
placed. I'm placed next to Earth, moon distance, and you are Pluto's distance from Earth. No one is orbiting anything. So immediately as I am placed where the moon is, but not orbiting, so immediately I start falling towards Earth in a straight line towards the
Yeah.
center of the Earth. I start accelerating towards Earth, but I cannot feel it. I feel like I'm free falling, like I'm floating. I don't feel any forces acting on me. And
Hmm.
you're very very far where Pluto is, and you don't feel anything either. But we can measure that we're accelerating away from each other. But we don't know
Okay.
who's we don't know if you're accelerating away from me, I'm accelerating away from you, we're both accelerating away from each other. And there's no way we could tell until one day I smack against Earth's atmosphere, and then I realized, oh, okay, so there's a planet here, and I was actually accelerated towards the planet, and now, and okay, and let's say I have a parachute, I land on the planet, fine. But so, but until the time that I hit the atmosphere, we couldn't tell who is accelerating and who's stationary.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So the same is with the black hole, except with the black hole, there's no atmosphere and there's no surface, and I just fall in forever. There's no reason why I should ever stop falling. I fall in forever, forever and ever and ever and ever. I fall in. And I see you accelerating away from me faster and faster and faster and faster forever. And you see me accelerating away from you faster and faster and faster and faster forever.
Okay.
All right. So
But there is a stage where you're fully commerce like within the black hole.
no, no. A black hole.
Yes.
What do you mean? Yes.
Yeah, a stage
Hmm.
you will be falling forever,
Yeah.
but there is a stage where you are like within the black hole itself.
No. No. I could say that you're also in the black hole. There's no difference between me and you. There's no such thing as to be inside or outside a black hole. There's no difference between a black hole and a planet. There's never a place where you say you are now in the planet unless you go into into the mantle or into the core or into the crust or into the atmosphere. But if again, starting from the beginning, there's you at Pluto's location and there's me at the moon's location and there is Earth. And when nobody's orbiting,
Hmm.
immediately as I am placed at the moon's distance, I start falling towards Earth. But you're also falling towards Earth, just that you're falling much, much slower. So I could say that we're
Okay.
both under the gravitational influence of Earth. Actually, if you go to the other side of the universe, you would still be under the gravitational influence of the Earth. The gravitational influence of the Earth goes on to infinity. And the same thing for a black hole. The gravitational influence of a black hole goes to infinity outside, and that's it. It has no inside. A black hole is it's a forever hole. You forever fall into a black hole. There's no end to the falling.
Okay. but like, as you move closer to a black hole,
Mhm.
you experience a increase in gravitational forces, correct?
No, you don't experience
Hold
any
on.
force.
Sorry. My sister's calling me. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, so let's see what we got. Is there anybody? No one has joined us on the YouTube. Ugh. Anyway, so we are discussing black holes, and this is of course against the consensus of the astrophysical society and all the astrophysicists that they believe in all sorts of nonsense. I don't even know what they believe at this point. They used to believe in a singularity. Now they say no, there is no Kerr. Professor Kerr. Oh,
All right. I'm
yeah.
back.
Okay, let's continue. So
Sorry. What were you talking about with the singularity?
no, it's just that everything I'm telling you, of course, it's against the scientific consensus. Well,
Hmm.
at this point, I don't even know what the scientific consensus is about black holes. They've changed. I mean, like 4 months ago, there was a professor who said that the singularity, anyone who believes in the singularity belongs to a cult. There's no evidence, there's no reason to believe in the singularity at the center of the black hole. And
Oh, he's talking about the central singularity universe. Yeah. Okay. I mean the galaxy.
galaxy?
Okay.
You said galaxy? What did you say?
Yes. Yes. There's a big black hole at the center of our galaxy.
Okay, but I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not talking about any black hole. I'm not talking about any specific black hole right now. I'm talking about in general every black hole. Every black hole.
What singularity are you talking about?
They used to claim until 4 months ago. They used to claim that at the center of a black hole there is a singularity. Singularity just means
Mm.
we don't know. The laws of physics break down. Singularity means we don't know.
Yeah.
It's like we don't know. We don't know what's going on at that point. So that's called a singularity. For some reason, instead of calling it an unknown, they call it a singularity. So
Okay.
they used to claim that
Understood.
there is a singularity at the center of every black hole until about 4 months ago. 4 months ago, Professor Kerr said there's no evidence for that, and anyone who has ever believed in that belongs in a cult. It's a religion, it's a religious belief. It's nonsense. There's no evidence for this. There's no reason to believe that there's any issue, any unknown at the center.
And
Mhm.
what evidence negates the point of singularity?
He just said there's no reason to believe that there's any issues that the laws of physics break down at the center of the black hole. That's all. That's all he said. He just says there's no evidence for that. He doesn't know why.
Okay, if he has no evidence for that, uh, then his statement is completely flawed.
His statement is completely flawed.
Yeah, because if you're stating that there is no evidence for the singularity, there is evidence for it because we do, because we don't have evidence.
What?
Wait, now I'm starting to think. Does the absence of evidence mean evidence of absence? It doesn't. Possibly. Listen, I'm just saying we don't know what the center of a singularity consists of. If he claims that he does, then he must provide evidence. If he doesn't, then his claim is not valid. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. A good point.
And it wouldn't be a cult. Why? In what way would it be a cult?
That's a good point. You're making a good point. Uh, I think you have something. I think you're onto something. And I'm just quoting him and I'm quoting the consensus. I don't care about him. I don't care about the
Yeah.
consensus. I don't care. I don't follow. I don't listen to them. I stopped listening to them. And as I grow older and wiser, I listen less and less to more and more people. So I strike off my list of people that I care for their opinion more and more people with every passing day. I see that
Hmm.
everybody, I cannot rely on anyone's opinion and I have to figure out everything myself. And everybody's an idiot. And with every passing day, there's just more idiots added to my list. When I say idiots, I mean like the biggest names in physics, in astrophysics, in cosmology, in quantum physics. The biggest names, I have less and less respect for them with every passing day. And that's the reality, which it's whatever, you know. Like in the beginning, when you're young, you listen to people because you don't have you know, you start from nothing, you start from scratch. So you listen to your teachers and then you figure out your teachers are idiots, and then you listen to your professors and then you figure out your professors are idiots. You listen to the smartest people in the world and then you realize they're idiots too. So at the end you have to figure out everything by yourself, and you cannot rely on anyone. Everyone is an idiot. That's reality. So that's what.
That's correct.
Yeah. So.
So the way that I do it,
Mhm.
yeah, I'll tell you what I do. So I look at the surrounding evidence for everything,
Mhm.
and I gather them to one single. So I get all the different types of evidences, and then this is where you have to use your logic and rationale to come to a valid consensus of what makes the most sense
Mhm.
of all the evidences that you have gathered. And then you can come to a valid conclusion. And at that point, there will be a belief. So, and then you can just roll with it and state that this is what you think is correct.
Look, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I've ever developed a perfect process by which I come to my conclusions. My process has been that I listen to experts, I think about
Yeah.
what they say, and then I let go of their conclusions and I only use their raw data. At the end of the day, I just need the raw data. And the rawer the data, the less they massage the data, you know the better
Mhm.
the you know the more valid of of a theory I can develop. So I've gotten to a
Yeah,
point
I hear
that,
it.
you know, I don't want any massaged data. I want just the raw data. Unfortunately, scientists don't publish raw data. They don't publish data, period. They just, you know, anyway, it doesn't matter. Look, but luckily with the black hole, we don't need data. And there's very little data. And the little data there is, I don't need it. That's one of the most beautiful
Yeah.
things about black holes and also with quantum physics. We almost don't need data. With black holes, we really don't need any data. I don't need anyone to tell me anything. I can figure black holes out completely. I don't need anyone to tell me anything. I can figure them out completely as much as I want. That is so what I
Okay.
find so beautiful with black holes. So convenient. Anyway,
Wait, so if you don't need any evidence
well, no one has
or any
evidence.
data,
I
no,
mean,
if you don't have any data, then how do you know how uh black holes act or like anything? How do you know anything about a black hole?
we okay. Right, that's a good point. So in order to understand a black hole, so really what you need is to understand general relativity. You need to have a good intuition, a good intuitive feeling for general relativity. General relativity, fortunately, you don't need to understand Einstein theory because even Einstein, he didn't. General relativity is not based on any data. General relativity is based on intuition. So we can easily develop all the intuitions of general relativity just from the intuitions from which Einstein developed general relativity. So that's really convenient. And
Right.
from our intuitive general relativity, we can then develop our understanding of black holes again just from intuition. So this is really powerful. I can start from first principles, literal first principles, my very own intuition, just as Einstein did. I can start just from intuitive assumptions and go to a complete understanding of a black hole and make complete predictions about black holes. And I don't need Einstein, I don't need anyone. All I need is to go through the same basic steps that Einstein went through, which is incredible.
Okay.
Because
All
usually,
right. But
because you,
how?
mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Go
because
ahead. Go ahead.
usually when people are introduced to general relativity, they're introduced to it through math, through very complex advanced math with tensors and schmenzers and nonsense like that. Einstein didn't Einstein didn't develop general relativity using math. I don't think so. I think he developed the math for general relativity just in order to express it and to prove it and to evolve it to make, I think, mathematical predictions. But the intuition of general relativity, you don't need the mathematics of curvatures, of tensors, of whatever.
Okay, Capasso.
What?
So you were talking about
Hmm.
you said you believe in the gravitational fields of a black hole. You say they don't observe any gravitational forces. Why does your intuition tell you that?
That's called the equivalence principle of Einstein. And this is known as Einstein's happiest thought. That's all we need to know. That's the intuition that we need to have. Once Einstein had this intuition and he told us about it, now we can feel it and we can start from that. So Einstein said that a person falling on a person falling inside an elevator, a person sitting inside an elevator and falling,
Yes.
there's no scientific experiment that such a person can perform in order to know that they are falling, that they are inside an elevator that is falling inside Earth's gravity, or whether they're just floating in outer space with no gravitational field around them, with no gravitational sink pulling them away, pulling them. So a person inside an elevator could either be in outer space or could be falling inside Earth's gravity. But there's no scientific experiment that person can conduct in order to tell which is which, whether he's falling inside Earth's gravity or whether he's floating outside of any gravitational field.
Okay.
That's it. That's all you need. You don't need to know anything else. You're done. From this, you can develop all of general. Einstein developed all of general relativity from this. And based on the general relativity, you can predict a black hole and all of its behavior. No problem. Just from this thought. This is called a thought experiment, a Gedankenexperiment, whatever. Thought experiment.
I hear that. So, do you have anything else to talk about, or should we call it there?
No, I mean, if you want, we can go through the steps, but I mean, we can continue some other time. Let me see. We've been here for 36 minutes. It's been very long 36 minutes. You need to go?
If for a little bit, but I can be back later.
That's fine. So we can continue later. So send me a message whenever you're available and we'll continue.
All right. Just
All right.
let's remember where we ended off. So we stopped. We're talking about general relativity and intuition and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I'll catch you later, man.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. And right. And that was very interesting. So I hope we can continue because I think I have some pretty powerful intuitions that can take us a very long way. Because the advantage of my system, my method, is that I don't need any mathematics and I don't need any graphs and I don't need any diagrams and I don't need any analogies and I can prove pretty much mathematically with no mathematics, just completely logically I can explain exactly how a black hole should behave. So the mathematicians, the astrophysicists, they've already shown that their mathematical tools send them astray, take them off the path, and every time they have to correct it, course correct, because they're not using intuition. They're using mathematics and they're using diagrams. Diagrams are just mathematics, and because they're not using intuition, it's their analysis, their prognosis, their thought experiments are prone to errors. And where I am, I'm always thinking about first principles. I immediately connect everything to first principles. I'm always at the first principles as I'm developing my entire theory of how a black hole behaves. And I've been able to travel in my thought experiments. I've easily been able to travel inside a black hole, through black holes, into white holes, into parallel universes. So I think what I have to say is it's very nice, and everyone can react and tell me what they think in time once I explain everything. All right, everybody, I'm gonna stop here. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.